Hey everyone, this is One Man Zerg with the UEN.com, and I want to show you another game today that I played in, and this is a Zerg versus Zerg matchup between myself in the lower left versus Amish Jihad in the upper right. It's on Blistering Sands, so I think most of us know the map. You know, you have bases are catty corner from each other. You have a pretty decent expo, not too far from your main, protected by an easy ramp. Got a choke there, and then you got some back rocks to worry about. From there, you have some slightly more difficult to hold expansions. So why I wanted to do this this game in particular is because it's a Zerg versus Zerg matchup, and I think it features a couple important things for players to realize. So let's look at what's happening on the map. I'm scouting him. I think he's sending some overlords to scout me. So you can see that right now, early in the game, and I'm going to keep this at double speed. I see that he's got a spawning pool. Really nothing different. If I don't get any pressure on my drone, I might keep my drone around and go back in. Okay, he's got an extractor, you know, really basic stuff. Did I learn anything there? Not really, other than he's not going for some cheese build. So he hasn't even scouted me yet, so I guess he's not too concerned. And then I hid my drone down here, and then I bring it back in. And what that lets me do is that lets me see if he's taking another step in his tech. And I see that he's getting a roach warren. So from here, let's watch what I decide to do. I have my queen building already, standard build, and then I'm going to immediately build an extractor. Because I know if he goes roaches, Zerglings don't counter roaches, and Banelings don't counter roaches. And for any kind of Zerg versus Zerg, anyone out there who plays Zerg and knows Zerg versus Zerg, you know it's really annoying because you go Zerglings, they get Banelings, that counters that. Then someone gets Banelings, you might go roaches. But then if you get too many roaches, they might go speedlings and harass you. So there's all this harass, counter harass that's really annoying. And so I just decide I'm going to go this. I'm going to early tech. And then even though I finished my my lair, it's pretty indicative that I'm going to go for spires for a spire because I finished it so early. I don't want to build that spire until I get this Zergling out of the way. So I'm going to make sure I kill this Zergling before teching, which can delay me sometime, but it's not a big deal. I think we just had a little video skip right there. So yeah, I'm waiting for that Zergling to get out of there or die. Spinecrawler takes care of it. And then I drop that spire in the back of the base. And my opponent is trying to play a little catch up now. He saw that I had a lair, so he's going to tech to lair. And then after he gets lair, he's got to get some more gas, because if you go with the roach build, you're not usually going for that. And then he's also going for an early expo, which is going to slow down any kind of tech you have, yeah, as well as, you know, a smaller starting army. So now he can't counter push me as easily, because if I'm going Mutalist, the one thing I have to worry about from my opponent is an early push. So, you know, here I get it. I saved up enough gas, so let's see if I can take you back there to where it's just about to pop. So it's just about to pop, and you can see here I am with 600 crystal and 500 gas. Why? Because I want to be able to pop as many Mutalists as I can as soon as it comes out. And then you can see I have plenty of Overlord room. I actually had too many Overlords, but that's not often too big of a deal. But if I were to get early pressure, each extra Overlord could have been an additional Spinecrawler, which could have saved my life. So there's things like that to worry about. So you see, I instantly drain all those, and then I drain them more. So now I have 6 Mutalists coming out on the map. And as soon as I get these Mutalists, I'm going to take them to the opponent's base. And another thing I want to show you is I expanded right now. I know I'm going to hit my opponent, so my opponent has a couple options to do when I hit him. I hit him and he can counterattack me, or I hit him and he can try and turtle up. If he counterattacks me, I'm going to have to rely on what I have at my main base anyways, which is some Spinecrawlers. And I figure if I see him coming, then I can get another Spinecrawler or 2 in time, and maybe pop out another queen, so I can get some kind of defense. So if it's push, counter push, then I feel like I'll win, because my Mutas should be able to contain his base better than he contains mine. And then if it's I push in on him and he goes defensively, then I want to expand so I can take advantage of that as early as possible. And then if he comes and he takes out my expansion, it's not that big of a deal for me, because I still have the tech advantage on him, and I know he's going roaches, so he's probably my Mutas can probably come back and handle the roaches without taking too much damage. So this is perfect timing. I come in his base and I see, oh, he's only got 1 Hydralisk and a queen, something that I expected him to have at this point in time because I tech so much faster than him. So with that, I'm just gonna, you know, micro my Mutalist a little, make sure I don't lose any of the low hit point ones, and then just take out his anti-air troops as quickly as I can. The goal is to eliminate those as soon as they pop up, so that he can't get them in a group, because a group of Hydras in equal number to a group of Mutalisks should beat the Mutalisks, but a group of Hydras coming in 1 or 2 at a time versus 4 or 5 Mutalisks should lose the Mutalisks. So you got to maintain that advantage that you have by focusing down on those troops when the first chance you get to see them. So you can see I think I've killed 6 Hydralisks and a Queen right now, and I've only lost 1 Mutalisk, and that's just by making sure that you're taking care of the game when in the way you need to do that. And then you can see he chose to go with a counter push on me. So I had a couple Zerglings built, and then you can see I'm trying to get another Mutalisk out, and he's going to go straight for my main because he knows that's what's most important. But at this point I have a couple Queens, and then I have a Spine Crawler, and I have some Zerglings, and I'm just going to take my drones off the line and start attacking, because really I'm containing him at his base, so there's not a whole bunch he can really do to hurt me unless he kills all my drones and everything else in my base, like what I'm doing to him. So a few things that led to this in the game were very vital. You can see there's the GG. So I was scouting him, and then in scouting early on his base, let's actually jump back a little bit. In scouting early on his base, I saw he had a spawning pool, but here's the key part. I kept my drone here to see if he did an early fast expand, and then after a minute I just ran him back in. I saw the Roach Warren, and so that's what determined my strategy for the rest of the game, and that was to finish my Queen building and then go straight to a lair tech and get Mutalisks to counter his roaches, because that's the strategy that I figured would beat his strategy. So don't just send that initial scout, send that second scout, and then try and use a second scout to figure out what's really going to counter my enemy's units and how do I hit it with the timing that I need to do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit of a one-sided game after the tech came up, but that's because appropriate decisions were made. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment what other videos you want, what kind of build or insight you want to see SCV Rush and his Terran stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching.